Hello everybody. So I just put up a video a little while ago. I don't know where it is in YouTube land. So if you're stumbling on this one, there's one I just did before that was sort of a noodle. I was just messing around, just kind of throwing out some inspiration and some fun that I was having. But I realized that sometimes when I do this stuff and I'm just monkeying around, I might be throwing out things that some of you are just like, I have no idea what's going on there, purely because that's what happens when you do something for a very long time. You just start assuming knowledge. I had some videos I put out a couple of years ago on improv and on different like techniques and stuff. One of those would be the way I always like to play sometimes is with my thumb and my two fingers put together. I think I call that the two-finger claw. Another one being on what's called hammer-ons and pull-offs. So when you hammer on, you are plucking a string, and then without plucking again, you're throwing your finger on there, just full force. And then pull off is the exact opposite. You pluck and then use your finger, the downward force, to get that second note. So if you put them together, you get the hammer on pull off. So I'm gonna see about putting all these things together that I was just talking about. So I'm gonna do a pattern that's like, all right, so that's the pattern I'm going for. I'm just gonna do it up here where I was, maybe so we can get the camera in there a little bit better. But the cool thing about these instruments is they're fully, like, you can just move the shape around and you've got a whole new sounding repertoire, I guess. So that sounds, to me, you know, now I stop and think about it, that might sound complicated. So let's just break it down. There you go. I'm plucking all three strings at the same time and hammering on. And then I'm just doing these two, the claw thing separately. So you could slow that down and just do the very first part and repeat that over and over again. I guess I'm actually hitting the first note right before the downbeat, right? So that note right there lands on the downbeat. 3, 4. Now let's add that second piece in. So that's, that second piece is just boom, bop, boom, bop. So then you put them together. So all three, the right hand, it's all three at one time, and then thumb, claw, we'll call it. And I'm actually muting, I'm realizing now I'm muting my strings with the right hand coming back on them. And maybe sometimes doing that with my left hand. Yeah, right hand. And that is part of the sound that I was going for earlier, because it is. Now, I'm going to do that back half, but it's the same as the front half, just kind of in reverse. So I'm going to slow that down. So the front is, the back is. Two claw finger things. Remember that very first one is all at one time, but the back ones are. It looks like, now that I'm breaking it down, that I'm muting them on all of those back ones, right? So I'm overemphasizing there. So we've got like basically the same 2 or 3 components just mixed up in such a way that it sounds really fancy. And really, I think part of what makes it sound fancy is the muting part, is the stopping, because it gives it that little like percussive piece and the breaking up. And, you know, actually silence and space in music is one of those things we easily overlook. One of the best things, to me, one of the hallmarks of a great rock band, for example, is when they don't play for just like even a half a beat. So, because we could do, and that sounds pretty, but it's like kind of less interesting to me. So the cool thing about YouTube, you may not know, is you can back it up and do this whole thing over and over again, and you can actually slow it down. There's a little gear icon in the bottom right, usually of the videos. You click on the gear icon, it says speed normal, and then you can pick. So you may need to go slow it down. Then I will sound like this. But, you know, it's an option. So the last thing I'll say about this is now you can take this whole thing, if you've put it back together, or even just the components. So if you just did, and you can move it around. Or, so you can take the whole thing and even just move it down as part of your practicing. Back. And then up. And then move it all the way. You could, I feel like you could almost make a song out of this. If you, I mean, if you could sing over top of it, I don't think I can. It sounds like the kind of thing you'd want to get some drums on, or like an extra guitar player, or, you know, like record it and then you could sing over top of that. I mean, like, what would I do to sing over that, right? Whoa, I gotta hold long notes. No. Yeah, I shouldn't be improvising that, should I? At this point, I'm clearly rambling. Hopefully you found it interesting and helpful. Either way, with YouTube, you can slow it down, but you can also tell me in the comments. You can email me directly. You can tell me in the comments. You can like and subscribe. And I know everybody says that on YouTube, but it really is true because algorithms run everything now. And it helps people know that this was a valuable one, that you liked it. And the comments, people will see whether or not it's something that you find helpful or where I need to improve it. That's really a big key, because I like doing these things, but I like it when they're usable. Otherwise, it's wasting my time and yours. Just being real. Okay, guys, thanks.